at Stack. I was showing them what to do in the weight room. And when I got up, because they have rubber flooring, you could see like where my elbows were all over the floor. And I'm saying to one of the interns, I'm like, what are those white marks? And I was like, oh my God, is that for me? And she was like, yeah. Welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gurzon, and I'm joined by Gina Marie Gurzon.
Hello. I liked how you really cleared your throat before that intro.
As always with us, Destroyer.
What's up?
Woo!
Holding it down on developing this podcast, producing it, and social media content, prime social media content. We have Titan and Brajol, and little delayed start on the recording of this podcast because Gina had to go let Don Corleone into the gym.
Couldn't make up his mind.
Become super bougie.
Yeah.
So yes, here we are on a warmer Saturday than we've had recently, although it is gloomy and gross out and raining, but at least it's taking away a lot of the snow that was dumped on us a couple weeks ago. So,
spring is on its way.
Spring is on its way, yes. So yeah, here we are. I am 2 weeks into our preseason training at Stack with men's and women's lacrosse and men's and women's soccer. Soccer has been moved to the spring this year because of COVID. So they'll have I think it was 5 games, really, something like that. It's something, right? So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And what's going on there, and I guess kind of here at Overdrive, prompted one of the topics we're going to speak about today, which is in-season training. All right. And I guess before you can get into that, we should get some updates, right? So, Destroyer, let's get an update on your progress so far.
Yeah, I mean, this week, I haven't got a reading on this week. This week's reading was pretty good. Down a little bit in muscle, but back down to the lowest I've ever been in body fat percentage.
Which is awesome.
There you go.
That's pretty good. And as I kind of phase back into more running, I gotta assume that the muscle will fall off a little bit, but we'll try not to let that be too much. So
as long as we keep that fat down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's still hitting the weights.
Yeah. Yeah. This week was for running since it was really nice out, but with the kind of gloomy weekend, I'll be using that for some muscle building. So trying to balance it all out.
There's nice ebb and flow, though. So, we're always kind of ebbing and flowing through. Sometimes your body fat will jump down and then your weight stays the same, or your weight might go down a little bit and your body fat might match it. So it's constant, that constant ebb and flow, as long as the tide is taking it in the direction we want it to go.
Yeah.
Which it is. Yeah. Right? And you're feeling good, which is really important.
For sure.
You got some, like we were talking about before the podcast started, serious foot strike action.
Yeah.
How many miles?
24 miles in this week.
Solid.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, ladies, if anybody wants to hit Desi up for some an early birthday gift, what size are we?
We're 9.5.
Okay, I'm just saying.
It's being modest.
We could always use some new shoes. This hotness takes some work,
Yeah.
I thought you were going in a different direction with
Come
that.
on.
Because they're ladies, Destroyer's clearly a marathon man, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean,
he runs
hey
a
now.
lot. Where's your head at?
Yeah.
You're starting to
that
scare
and
me.
Shoe size? Damn.
Yeah. Get in line.
Now taking applications.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then hand him the ass fab. Am I dating Destroyer or joining the Marines?
Full package they have to fill out.
So yeah, awesome. Any jump shots taken this week?
We're still waiting for the ice to thaw on that on the driveway, but I've gauged some interest for a new one-on-one partner So
Yeah.
once the spring starts, we'll be getting it up far more often.
Mm-hmm.
Do you what is it? Is new kid in the neighborhood trying to shut him down?
It's just an old friend who is also missing. You know, he told me that he was really missing hearing the ball go through the net. So
Sounds like more of a you problem.
Yeah.
Operator
It's
error.
not necessarily going to be solved when we start playing one-on-one.
Yeah.
That swish.
Yeah.
if he can get a shot up on
Yeah.
you.
I play lockdown defense. I'm really the Rasheed Wallace of my generation.
Sheed, nice throwback. I was gonna say Tony Allen, but
Yeah, I was going to go Tony Allen.
Tony Allen he made a great career out of playing just
Yeah,
defense.
But Tony Allen misses layups.
Yeah, you don't want
I'm
that.
not like that.
You want to be a combo.
Yeah.
So you're Rasheed Wallace that passes a drug test. So,
Silly.
moving on. Should we just get right into it?
Yes, I think you have some things on your mind you want to discuss.
Because there isn't really anything else on my mind besides the fact that I'm craving like a bacon cheeseburger right now.
And you also did have
I had a pretty solid refeed
a
yesterday.
night- yes.
Yeah, I crushed 12 munchkins in about I think it was 20 seconds, maybe less.
Wow. You didn't time it?
It was kind of just like hand to
was-
mouth immediately.
Yeah, it was inhaling. There was no breathing involved at all.
Yeah, I wanted to get them in before my coffee cooled down.
Mm.
So I had 8 glazed, 2 powdered, 2 chocolate.
Oh, there was a count.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Anyway, in-season training. That is what we are talking about today. All right. I'm sure we had to have had spoken about this in the past.
Yeah, we have an episode on this.
Yeah, but like to
Bit of refresher is
bring
good.
it back,
Yeah.
you know, because it is important, right? And I'm not even saying it from like a business standpoint. I mean, like, you know, if you want like even like play devil's advocate and be like, oh, of course Overdrive wants people to train year round, their athletes train year round so they can keep making money. It's like, well, what's more important really, like your performance at, you know, or worrying about like what it's going to cost you. So, you know, let's think about it this way. You take 2 freshmen in high school, right? They start here at the same time, training 3 times a week, right? One of them trains here 3 times a week year round, right? Obviously, that's probably not going to happen. You throw in vacations, but let's just say 3 times a week, 52 weeks. That's what, 156 workouts? Whereas the other one starts the same time, but they take off during the season. So maybe they play 3 sports or 2 sports, right? So let's say they came in 8-week chunks 3 times a year. So that's only 72 workouts a year, right? So it's a big difference right there. Now you multiply those numbers by 4. So the one that comes in year round is here for 624 workouts. And then the one that only comes in 3 times a year in 8-week blocks, 288 workouts, right? And so where's the difference there? Like, it's not just the number of workouts, it's the number of repetitions being taken in each workout. So I'm not even just talking about like squat, bench, deadlift, clean, right? We're also talking about all those extra workouts, the difference in the workouts and the reps added up between working on proper foot striking, proper sprinting posture, the ability to absorb force so you can improve your vertical jump, right? Improving your ability to create maximum velocity and hold that for as long as you can so you can keep outrunning your opponents, right? All those things add up. But, you know, it always seems that people like to train super hard only right before a season starts, play that season, and then come back and have to, you know, basically start from scratch again. Whereas, like, if you're training year round, you're constantly maintaining your strength once it's created, or you're improving it year round, which you can improve year round, which if you pay attention to, KPIs, which we spoke about in our last episode, or was it 2 episodes ago, whatever it was. But yeah, like, it behooves you to train year round. It's not necessary to go balls to the wall all the time, but it is good to push the limit within respect of your central nervous system, right? And we're not even just talking strength. Like, we're always, as athletes, we're always looking at power, right? Your power output in all planes, vertically, horizontally, rotational, right? So you always keep track of that. So, for instance, just to reinforce why we're working out at Stack, right? With the men's lacrosse team most recently, I brought my pocket radar, and we started to work out off after we warmed up, obviously. We had a little competition to see who could throw a 4-pound med ball the fastest, right? I only had the attack and midfielders throw, just because I didn't want to be there all day. So, or at least timing them, or measuring them. The fastest one clocked in at 31 miles an hour, and the competition was the lowest 2 speeds had to bang out, and I only gave them 30 push-ups, but also 10 dick shots, so they were each going to get punched in the dick 10 times. Yeah, that was pretty motivating. Yeah, and no one wanted to finish last.
Jeez.
For the record, we withheld the dick shots, so no one got punched in the dick.
Wow.
But
adrenaline of the threat, though.
yeah, when you say things in a specific tone and a type of face, people will believe you on anything. So when I said that, people were like, they kind of giggled, but you could smell the fear in the room. And
Necessary.
yeah, it just adds to the competitive environment, because, like, not only does no one ever really want to lose, no one wants to get punched in the dick. So,
Man.
in season training, yeah. Now, what's crazy is, like, now we're in a time of COVID, so it's actually, in my eyes, it's actually harder to train college athletes, because they have so many restrictions. Like, obviously college is just harder academically, but then the schedule is crazy, and it's not like, not every school is like Alabama or North Carolina or anything, where, like, the athletes make their school schedules around their athletic schedule, right? You're gonna have classes that interfere with workout times, so kids are gonna miss workouts. The coaches aren't always full time, so you're gonna have to practice around that, right? And now we're in a time of COVID, where if you're not really in season, if you're a fall sport playing in the spring, well, according to NCAA rules, you can only be with your team X amount of hours a week. So, is it better to just not train at all, or get at least 1 session in a week, right? All that is going to add up over the course of your athletic career. And that's just all I really have to say on that, without going off on too many tangents. But, and to put it in a different light, it would be like complaining about being broke all the time and only working a seasonal job. So, like, it would be like complaining that you can never pay your rent, but your only job is at Spirit Halloween. So you're working from fucking September 1st to Halloween every year, and complaining that you don't have money the other 10 months out of the year, right? So if you want to wonder why your performance always dips or reverts back to its original state, and it's probably because you're not doing enough consistent quality work year round. I think it's an easier way to put it. Probably could have saved about 10 minutes there too. But that's all I have about that.
Yeah, and even the importance being that we have so many athletes that are either on partial scholarship, full scholarship. They're getting something in return from their university or their college. They're being paid to play, correct?
In a sense, yes.
In a sense. So the consistency is the key. And wouldn't you want to do your best in regards to injury prevention and being as solid as you can be on the field or on the mat or on the turf or or whatever it is, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's a logical way to think about it.
Or in some cases, like happened to me recently, you can have an athlete that wants to be just healthy enough until the semester starts, the school covers the bill, and then they quit the team.
Oh my. Well, that was pre-planned.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty sad, but they don't deserve to be on the team then. That's not an athlete.
And by healthy,
That's
I mean like a beating heart, but I don't mean conditioned or high performing.
And then, I mean, you know that some of the coaches don't have the best plan or strategy in regards to the training once they get the kids back, that all they want to do is run them to the ground, and you know their strength work is out the window, so the injuries happen all the more. And the fact that these kids, the ones who don't want to put the work in all year round, and especially prior to their season, you know, that resiliency is just not there. Right? The durability,
Correct.
the resiliency is not there. And so, you know, it's like trying to use a worn out rubber band. I mean, it's going to snap.
Just taking a
So, yeah, so
random note on a thought I
that was
just
good,
had.
Teddy. I thought you hit a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so that's what we have on that today. I guess we should take a second to shout out our sponsors. DAB, Junk Removal. Rockland Junk.
Yeah.
They
Rock
just
junk.
upgraded their truck fleet so they can come in hot. And, yeah, I mean, like, spring is around the
And
corner,
power
like we
washing.
mentioned. So,
Junk and power washing. Junk removal.
so, like I said, spring is right around the corner, like you mentioned. So, you know, I know a lot of people with spring cleaning. You have a lot of shit to throw out. Hit up Rockland Junk. And while you're at it, might as well clean that house. Well, Rockland pressure washing to go with it. So you can hit them up, rocklandjunk.com. I'm pretty sure is their website. I totally forget. But Destroy will throw that in the show notes.
I mean, clean out the inside and the outside looks nice.
While you're at it, get a workout in an overdrive, right?
That's it. Yeah.
So,
Bay doors will be
boom.
open pretty soon.
yeah.
Sun will be shining. Right? Sun will be rising at 5:45 in the morning.
Can't wait.
It won't be going. It won't be setting until what? 7:30, 8 o'clock at some point.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know. This is good.
Definitely need more vitamin D.
Everybody does.
Ladies need some
Magic.
vitamin destroyer.
Woo! Woo!
So what was
Get
it?
in line.
What did you want to speak about today, babe?
I was just throwing the idea out there of diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing, how important it is
Very important.
for everybody. Not only do we teach our athletes, right, and our adults too, not only is it extremely helpful in the training aspect, but getting hold of our anxiety, allowing us to feel more confident in that, you know, kind of rhythmic high and low of our central nervous system, allowing us to take charge, more control over how stressed we get, how quickly we can bring our heart rate down, allowing ourselves to relax, take more control of that. So, right, our diaphragm is kind of housed within our thoracic abdominal cavity, and it kind of encompasses our lower ribs, so like 7 through 12, your lumbar 1 through 3. It attaches in different locations to allow for that expansion, that inspiration and expiration, that inhale and exhale, right? Oxygenating the blood and oxygenating the body. That in turn gives us more energy, more nutrients. It allows us to feel more alive, more vibrant, We teach a lot of that belly breathing to our athletes to help them to decompress between sets after the workout. We would explain how to use that belly breathing to help them like de-stress prior to an exam. I know we've spoken about that with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then just even our adults too. This past year has been pretty damn stressful for a lot of people. Just like in yoga, meditation, that mindfulness, connecting the body and the breath together, breathing in through the nose and even out through the mouth, in through the nose and then out through the nose even, depending on what you can tolerate. But getting that deep breath in, expanding your rib cage, thinking about breathing into the sides of your belly, into your lower back, and then down into your hips. And 360 degrees of breath we always talk about. Just like a balloon, it inflates in all directions simultaneously. So we do our best to create that healthy visualization in everybody's mind as we breathe in and breathe out, expand and contract the breath, how important that is. And just like that balloon, inhale and exhale, it helps to support our spine. It helps us to feel stronger during certain times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good hormone release. And that's good hormone release to get ourselves amped up for things and then to allow ourselves to decompress and chill. So all in all, it's a big deal.
Did we mention how we will have people use it as a technique to get them to sleep?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't bring that up too, but just go ahead. You want to talk about that?
No, I was just saying
Well, I reminded, like, we had one of our prime soccer athletes here that had this crazy stitch in her rib. Remember
Mm-hmm.
the other day?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking to her about that belly breathing, and I was just reminding her. I said, how do you think that you breathe when you're in that deep state of sleep? You're breathing into your belly. You're expanding your rib cage. You're breathing into your lower back, and it's second nature to you because your body. It's so natural for your body to do that because you're in such a chill, relaxed, natural state, just like a baby. So babies, they're always breathing deep into their belly. That's total relaxation. Even our dogs too, you can see it when they're just out and they're chilling. Their bellies are expanding. They're breathing deep into their belly, into their lower back, like a baby. And then as we sleep, it's the same exact thing. You're getting that's what's telling you to chill out. It's helping you to chill out.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, short but sweet, but it's extremely, extremely important. Bring more oxygen into your brain. Bring more oxygen into your body. That's what helps deliver nutrients through, right? Because blood delivers oxygen and other nutrients to every area of your body from top to bottom, left to right, side to side, up and down. When we're lacking those nutrients, we don't feel good, and our bodies don't function well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, breathe, people.
It'll also help you belt out whatever song is playing in the gym.
Absolutely.
Yes. Opera singers got it right.
Only an amateur would sing with their lungs.
Let it be from your gut. Get your hips into it.
From the diaphragm.
Yes. Want to hit that high note. Or that low note.
You never want me to hit those high notes, though.
I've seen enough of those high notes.
I never stop hitting those high notes,
Yes.
though. The attempt to hit the high notes.
Yes, just like when we were cooking the other night for dinner, and I don't know what was going on there.
Christina Aguilera.
Yes. Yep.
I was like, you can't be blasting Christina and not expect me to expand my octaves.
Yes, and it was from the diaphragm. That was a true diaphragmatic
It was
belt.
loud and high.
That was
Yes.
You gotta try to match that when it's on.
seriously.
Yeah.
I could. I let him have it.
It's a type of
'cause-
energy.
Oh hell no.
Oh, it was there. It was a great night.
Even the dogs were like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my singing was so bad that it actually changed birds' migration patterns.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, it was 8:00 at night. I mean, You felt the wind blow in a different
Yeah,
direction.
my car is now covered in shit.
Screw you, Teddy! We heard you.
Speaking of big energy, did you guys see the Tom Brady, the drunk Tom Brady T-shirt?
Yeah.
They made it like they put like
They
that
put,
picture.
the parental advisory thing.
Yeah, like an album cover
Yeah.
with like Gronk carrying him,
I like
and then they put it over an orange shirt. I was like, this is awesome. I need that.
Yeah,
That's
you might
funny.
need to grab one.
And he's being like such a great sport about it. He tweeted it out. He's like, I will never live this down.
Hey,
Like when you're the GOAT,
yes.
Yeah.
do your thing, homie.
Then we need to get some shirts of like Michael Jordan gambling or something. We can
Imagine.
lose that status. I would wear that. An album cover style of Michael Jordan at the blackjack table.
Or O.J. Simpson selling Cutco.
Oh my.
You can't say too soon. That was like fucking 30 years ago.
Throwing away gloves.
Oh God. Horrible. How do you sleep at night?
All right, so that's all we have for this week,
That was,
correct?
yeah. Food for
Simple,
thought.
But that's because it's that important, right? Not everything needs to be so freaking complicated. Do the boring work. All right. So
Boring.
that's all we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys at another episode of Overdrive AF next week.